I'm telling you, yesterday was a win that the NBA needed that they haven't had in a long time.
Yes.
Giannis, I think, surprised a lot of people in the basketball world as we inch closer and closer to that December 21st, 22nd deadline. If he didn't sign the Supermax and that was out the window, well, he elects to sign the Supermax to stay with the Milwaukee Bucks. A two-time MVP, stays in a small market. He gets paid a lot of money to do it. But all this talk about Giannis is going to Golden State. Oh, he might go to Miami. He's going to go to LA, Brooklyn, Dallas. There was a ton of teams positioning their salary cap space to go after him next year. And I think it surprised a lot of executives. It surprised people around the league. It surprised fans. Hell, it might have surprised some of his teammates. He stays with the Milwaukee Bucks on that Supermax extension. And honestly, Morgan, it made me really happy to see that.
No, I'm totally with you on that. I think it was like Tuesday, whatever day it was this week, Monday, I don't even remember. But it was Tuesday. It was yesterday. We were talking about whether we thought Giannis was going to stay in Milwaukee or not. And we said, no, or sign the Supermax before December 21st. And we said, no, we think he's going to explore his options. That's just the way that it seems like it's going. It was such great news to see that breaking news of him signing and staying in Milwaukee. And you're exactly right. It's a small market win. It's so good for the NBA. It's freezing in Milwaukee. It's freezing a lot of the time during the year in Milwaukee. And none of those things really bothered him. What he really wanted to be there for was basketball and his family. And you
don't think $228 million over 5 years had anything to do with it, where no other team could pay him that?
He just wanted to be there for basketball, his family, and the $228 million. Yeah. You're exactly right about that. Even though, I look at that $228 million and I go, well, it's like he could make 150 somewhere else. And again, it's still a lot of money is my point. But yes, when you see over $200 million that you can make in a city that loves you, this is a guy that was walking arm in arm with people protesting. This is a guy that loves this city so very much, that loves his family so much and wants them to obviously be able to grow up in his child to grow up in Milwaukee. So it's a really, really great story. But Deuce, there's always a dark side. We know how the NBA works. We know how these players and player empowerment works.
Look, 2 years from now, if the Bucks, are failing in their postseason quest to get a championship, is Giannis going to make noise and bounce out? But at the moment, I'm not concerned about that because the reality is he won it, and that's the big talking point yesterday. I thought someone was saying that Jay Williams was like, well, he's going to ask out, and it's like, no. See, this is the problem with when people talk about the league right now. It's what I mentioned a few weeks ago. There's always drama. Think about the big storylines in the NBA recently. James Harden. We'll talk about him because there's more about him. Mm-hmm. You got Paul George saying those things on the podcast. You had
Kyrie a little bit.
Kyrie Irving. You had the Kawhi Leonard article that kind of came out that we talked about. It's always drama filled. And the league needed this story. They didn't need another superstar with this cloud hanging over a franchise going, oh, is he going to leave? And there was going to be questions all year long. Giannis got it done before the season started, and it happened. He signed the biggest contract in NBA history, and now the challenge for him is, how do you win a championship? How do you get over the top? And it looks like they put the pieces in place, that they have a pretty solid team. Now Giannis has to perform at this next level in the postseason. We've seen what he does in the regular season, but I think for the NBA, they need this story. We talk about it being a small market win for all these small market teams who want to draft superstars and keep them. This is a huge success story. Giannis came into the league 18, 19 years old, middle of the first round of the draft, this skinny kid that was athletic and, showed some promise. And it took him a few years to develop. And now look at what he's turned into in the NBA. He's not a perfect player by any means, but he's damn good. It's a win for the NBA because they needed a good story.